Hello guys, now here my reflection video number 2. After my viewing of the short tale Rosa, Rosa Parks takes a seat, I have a few thoughts on the story to begin with. I visualized a number of events in the plot. The first idea that came to mind was of a bunch of African Americans on the bus with seats. The second scenario I imagined was a carpool that had formed as a result of the boycott and was required to keep daily life going. Lastly, I would discuss the scenarios in greater depth, as well as tell you what they mean to me, and then compare them to the boycott of municipal buses. African Americans encountered several issues with discrimination, one of which was busing. They boycotted they boycotted busing and formed a carpool to continue with their daily lives. After reading the article, I have to say that the first scenario that comes to me is African Americans standing in the back of a crowded bus because one white man required a seat and they were forced to leave the row. So they are standing when there are empty seats. This makes me angry. This makes me angry because it shows how intolerant we can be to someone simply because of their skin color, and how we can refuse to sit next to them and force them to give up their seats despite the fact that they arrived before us. The second scenario depicts a large space in the middle of town with rows and rows of automobiles just waiting for people to carpool, followed by a crowd of the people waiting to get into a car. This scenario made me amazed how they overcame and stood up to prejudice in the South, as well as glad that they were able to boycott something, and amazed that they figured out how to get around without buses. I recall this incident because of how brave and daring they were for boycotting the bus and organizing a carpool to allow daily life to go on without busing and for the boycott to continue.